Hello again. Now we're going to work on the chords, but plucking all of the notes to make sure that we're getting all the right sounds. So we've talked about how to read the chord chart, how to put the fingers in, how to move them over so we have room for enough fingers to fit into the same fret spaces on different strings. So what we have now is, starting with E, we're going to know that we are playing each of the strings because all of the strings have a dot, either for an open note or a fretted note. So we're going to start on string 6, and again fall through each of the strings resting on the one below as we go through, and you can play them up as well. Just like that. Now the reason we're plucking through each of these is because you're not quite at the point where you can hear if a particular note is missing because you don't know yet what the individual notes sound like. So let's use this as an example. Let's say that I'm going to play a strumming figure, okay? Are we sure that all of the notes sound great? So I'll play it again. You tell me, did any of those sound different? For the first one I had these, and the second one I played, I had these. Hear that? That note wasn't coming out in the second set of strumming that I did. So maybe you did hear it, but maybe you didn't. Most people can't. And so that is why we pluck each of the notes, because if we just learn our chords and start strumming, we may not be sure whether we're hearing them all or not. So that's what we do for E. For E minor, they should sound like that. A, again starting on string 5, because string 6 doesn't have a dot anywhere. A minor. D, D minor, G, and C. So there we are. And once you can reach that point, then you can work on strumming. Now most of the time with strumming, we'll do the same thing we were doing before, using the metronome and learning how to play on each beat. So you can set your metronome, and sometimes setting the metronome at a higher pace for strumming makes it a little more natural and comfortable. So what we can do is, once you're certain that all of your notes sound great, then you can go about playing this way. That way you get used to strumming on the beat for a while at a certain tempo. After that, what we can do is we can start working on playing upstrokes, okay? Now upstrokes are just the same as downstrokes, just the other direction. We want to make sure that we're getting all the way through the strings on the down and also on the up. So we can again set our metronome at 100 beats per minute, and just simply 1 per beat, and then use the downs and the ups. Okay? Make sure you notice how my arm is moving. It's moving just like this, a nice smooth movement, down and up, okay? We don't want to stop, move quickly, like that. We don't want to have a snap to our movement. We want it nice and smooth, just moving from the elbow, like using a hammer, just really slow hammering.